Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hun Nation Gaming. Today we're playing some Startup Company, a new game I found on Steam. This is a very interesting game because I think there are many games like this out there. I remember there was a very famous one called Game Maker Master Company, whatever they're called. And there are tons of these simulation games these days, and it seems like they're gaining popularity. We'll see what's going on with this one. I was just in the option settings, and it looks very interesting because you have ability to allow the game to run in background. So I sort of feel like this one is like Farmville in some ways, where you can actually leave the company to run and you start to accumulate money or whatever in the background. And there's also temperature and time format, which is interesting to me. I've never seen those settings available in a game before. So without further ado, let's get into it. Startup Company, here we go. All right, the first thing I want to do is whether it's career mode or a custom game. And I can set up CEO, I can set up, configure a company, website. So it looks like, you know what, let's go with this. The game will start at the age of 18 and continues until you are retired at age of 67. Well, if you can retire at age of 67, if you can in these days. Actually, that is the legal retirement age in Canada, I believe. Anyhow, let's start with this. And we'll create a name for our company, and obviously we'll call it Hun Nation Gaming Company. Actually, you know what? Let's see what can be randomly generated. Blue Box, Katana Code, Death Heroes, Hype Brain. I'm pretty sure what they did is they just input a bunch of these names and then just make them random. Or maybe they have two random nouns. One of them is like text sounding, the other one is like a location, whatever, or another noun, and they just pair them up. Yeah, it seems like these are the only ones that's available. Queue development. Okay, that's pretty interesting. But we'll keep Hun Nation Gaming. Next thing, we want to set up the CEO. So let's be very self-absorbed and call ourselves Tony. The avatar we want to pick. Long hair for sure. No, that's a girl. Why does this guy look like a zombie? Did I just notice? Why? So he looks white. I mean, I don't see color in people, but he looks white and gray in this case. So it looks like a zombie. Okay, we're gonna go with this. Zombie Tony. So the backstory, ex-designer. With your background as a designer, you can help produce graphical components for building your new website. So are we starting a website? I don't think it's really necessary. Okay, it is a website we're building. So there's developer, there's designer, manager. So as developer, you're pretty technical. You can help produce technical components for building your new website. If you're an ex-manager with your background as a manager, you can have your employees follow your instructions and give them speed bonus. I think we're gonna go with this one. At the end of the day, I think it's important to be technical, but I think, you know, having an ex-manager mindset will make sure you're in the long run. So let's do that. So let's configure a website. Choose a name. Oh, we can choose a logo as well. Let's choose a logo first. What comes to me? What kind of website do we want? The name of the website. I think we need a website that help people cosplay as dogs. So cos as pets. That's CAP. That's our name. So we need something that starts with a CAP or like a dog or animal of some sort. Think, you know what would be a good one here? I like these logos, to be honest. You know what? Maybe I should just pick one of these logos as my channel logo and stop paying Fiverr. Oh, you know what? This one looks good. C stand for a cause. So we can be a social media website, we can be a shopping platform, we can be a streaming service, we can be a video sharing service, we can be a dating platform, we can be a gaming platform. Okay, so it must be a social media. It's for people who like to cause as pets to come together. So we're gonna compete with Friendbook, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Or I guess you can be Uberbuy, Amazon, eBay. That could be a different website. Let's just call it NetTix, Twitch TV. Okay, these are some interesting names here. Okay, let's start. I think social media is a good one to start. It's going to be hard in this day and age, but we're a niche. Oh, this is very complicated. So, hi there, nice to meet you. My name is Pam, and I'm your new advisor from Johnson Investment. So we got invested by a VC or an angel investor, I think. Have you noticed the milestones underneath your website? Every time you complete a milestone, a payment will be made instantly. Start by getting an office. We recommend that you rent the office at 4 Westbridge Street. So 4 Westbridge, so that's a location. Interesting. So these are office buildings, and these are hosting servers. This is an investment project you can take. Interesting type. Typical timer at the top here. I don't know why this is taking so much space, but sure. Retiring 49 years. That seems depressing. It's like the first day you go into the job and you're like, I'm retiring 49 years. I'm gonna have a clock ticking for me. So you have the amount of money you have through your finance, your research points, your date, the time of the day. You can create a website to start with. Another website, I guess. This is your main website. Global position. We're number 60. That's already really. Do you know which websites rank number 60? I'm pretty sure it's one of the top websites you have heard of. Survey usage to make sure that there aren't too many people on the website, and potential users reached. Okay, so that's how many customers have reached, and user growth. Okay, that's pretty cool. And they give you the milestone here. So far so good. Looks like the game has a pretty standard format. You got a map at the bottom left. You got a help to the top left corner. You got a visor type of person here. You got a main manual. This red probably means we're paused here. You got a research button, finance. I guess, so this is the same thing as pressing that. Finance, same thing as pressing that button over there. You can have an inventory. What's in your inventory? I guess this is the backlog in tech. If it's agile development, they call this the agile backlog or sprint backlog or product backlog, and then can create a production plan. So I guess this is like a sprint. Okay, employees who you have hired, what's your company benefits? Interesting. There are a bunch of stuff in here. I'll get into it, but I start with our first mission, which is getting an office on 4 Westbridge Street in downtown. I like how they just called downtown. Okay, so let's click on this, naturally. It's a small office, but nonetheless, it costs $3,000, and you have to pay a $10,000 upfront payment to whatever you take over the lease or whatever it is. You can have maximum 10 workstations, which is 10 people. Okay, let's rent it. Beautiful. Okay, now milestone complete. We got $45,000 for renting an office. Great. Great job reaching your first milestone. Next, we need to get you seated on a desk. Go to the purchase menu and buy a beginner desk. Then click on the desk and seat yourself. Okay, perfect. Then click on the desk and seat yourself. Okay, good. So I need to purchase something. How do I purchase? Purchase. There you go, purchase item. So beginner desk, right? That's what she said. See the CEO at the desk. So where would the CEO sit? In the corner, in the back, in the front? Because that's going to be our main door. We definitely don't want to be at the front door because people will just think we're a nobody. Let's sit in the middle here. Oh, come on, I can't. This is really awkward. Okay, I'll put it right here. So CEO at the desk. Let's see. Features, hosting, marketing, venture, support. Cool. Okay. What else do I have to do? Do I have to do 3 desks? Potential next milestone. One thing I'm not clear is where is our next milestone details? So milestone 2, seat the CEO at the desk. How would I do that? I'll click on that and select. Okay, select the employee to place on this workstation. Speed 80%. Day 1. I'm on level 1. Okay, so sweet. We're now ready to hire some employees. Click your CEO, if not selected already, to headhunt and hire first employees according to the next milestones in the top right corner. So we have to hire 1 designer and 1 developer. The interesting thing is about a startup, typically you don't have money or funding to do headhunting because you have to pay a pretty hefty fee. And really, the people you start with, they may not be, sure, you need to have like a pretty good partner if it's technical or anything like that in that genre. But really what you want to do is you want to just tap people in the circle, or even just through your friends and connections. Like rarely you would go to a headhunting, I would say, unless you have a big budget. But in our case, every time we finish a milestone, we get money. I'm pretty sure that's something we can afford. So let's start headhunting. We want a developer. Can I select both? Okay, I'll select one. So I can do intermediate, expert in the future. So only available for employees that are intermediate or higher. Okay, so beginner. We want to. Oh, you can also research salary expectation and research demand. Oh, that's kind of cool. So let's start headhunting. The game is paused. So I guess we can only headhunt one person at a time. You can train people, which is kind of cool. Start training to increase the employee speed. Once the employee is at maximum speed, you'll be able to upgrade the employee to the next level. Okay, interesting. So I can, training. Oh, but you can only do one thing at a time. So this is for employee. So for me, or I'm the CEO, I can only do recruiting or training or I guess one of the other stuff. Let's just retire now. Can we just retire now? This actually will end the game. Hey, I'll take $10,000. Stats, demands. It's very interesting that you have a retirement. I guess you can retire and then just quit the business and then do something else. But that's interesting. Okay, so the game is paused. We need to let the game run. I guess let's do 3x speed, and so we can finish this soon. So, interesting. So we can just hire this person right now, or we can headhunt more. So why don't we get at least 3 people? Let's try that. Because I think with 3 people is a bit of safer route here. Okay, so let's look at the 3 people. The speed, obviously this person is the best, but there's also that 184%. I'm trying to figure out what that is. 38-year-old, so he's pretty experienced. So he's waiting for an offer. Okay. The second one is Marion. She's 24, so she's quite young. Her speed is pretty good, but her total effective speed, I guess, is not as good because I guess she's not as experienced. But look at this person. His speed is at 80%, which means that he has a lot of room to grow, and he's already 181%. And he's only 18-year-old. Okay, he has a lot of potential. You know what? Maybe we will hire someone with quite a bit of potential, but not really. At the end of the day, I think when you start a new company, I'd rather have someone who's more mature, who can get stuff out. But also, I want to think about the fit. I am pretty young. I'm only 18 years old or something like that. So maybe we want her. She's somewhat experienced, fairly good speed, but her speed is at the top. You know what? Let's hire John. I think he has the biggest potential, right? So okay, let's do that. So let's hire John. Let's give him an offer. Let's do monthly salary. I'll say $2,500 to start with. Signing bonus, give him like $1,000. Let's try $2,500. Send offer. What do you say, bro? Counter offer $6,000? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna give you like $4,000, dude. Don't ask for too much. You're only 18-year-old. That's already a 50. Okay, that's actually not a. Oh, that's a $48,000. Okay, you know what? That's not too high. But come on, you're 18-year-old. You're still in college probably or something. I'll give you a higher signing bonus. What about this one? $5,400. Okay, so he's not getting really happy now. You know what? Let's offer $5,000. Let's offer $5,000 and $3,000 sign-up bonus. There you go. Okay, great, perfect. So we'll hire the first person. Achievement unlocked. Enjoy your stay. Great. So the next person that we want to get is we want to headhunt a designer, and then we'll see who's the best from this designer house. Okay, I went home because I was just sleeping. Cool. Wait, start time machine? Whoa, how does that work? I think with time machine, you just skip a large chunk of time when it's that night. Okay, so we got one designer. Whoa, that's insane. So we got 3 designers now. Wow, that's pretty impressive, to be honest. Why are the designers much better than developers? That's not fair. So this person is at 133 speed, but her true speed is 200. Margaret. And I guess, you know what? Given this, I felt like Adrian has more room. Oh, he's 46-year-old though. 38-year-old. These are much older folks. So you know what? I think I'm going to pick a top designer because we're a social media company, right? But it could be a bit more expensive to hire her. So let's give it $3,500 and give it $2,000 as a signing bonus. $6,300? Interesting. I wonder what about the other person? How about this one? Let's send $4,000, $4,500, and give it $3,000 as a bonus. Let's see what happens here. $5,000. Okay, that's not too bad. We may want to pick this person instead. 112, 200%. That's quite a big difference. And to be honest, I would probably prefer Adrian. Let's do 4,000 with a $3,000 bonus. What would he say? 4,900. Okay, so we can tell that's where we're drawing a line here. So I think I'm gonna go pick Adrian because the thing is, she's on the older side and it's costing us a lot more, almost like $1,000 more per month. And given how much money we have, we want to save our budget a little bit. And sure, Adrian is lower, but at least it is something that we're able to afford. So let's try this. There you go, $4,500. Let's do this. So now we have a designer. We want to buy a desk for them, I'm pretty sure. So because they're the first bunch, I'm going to put the developer into the corner because why not? Let's do that. Designer. Oh, developing stuff. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a bit. And I have the designer here beside me, and there you go. Okay, great. So we have seated our designers here. The next milestone we want to do is research the following landing page. So we want to do landing page here. UI component. Interesting. So maybe it's part of this? No. Interesting. Where is the landing page? I'm guessing it's from this. Huh. Interesting. How do I do this? Research. Oh, research. Okay. So we got these ones. So we need to look at landing page. Would that be feature? Yes. Unlock that. It cost Cribbit beginner. Okay, so this is what we need. Okay, unlock this. Perfect. We got $5,000. You now know how to research. Great. You can only unlock stuff when you have available research points. The points are generated by researchers, but we'll look into this later. Now it's time to add the landing page to our new website. Click your website in the top right corner, select the Features tab, select an empty feature slot. Next, click Next into the landing page. When you're done, upgrade the landing page to level 1 so that you can increase your website's potential users. This number indicates how many registered users you can attract. Okay, you will need your employees to produce the required components. So we need developers to create UI, backend, blueprint, and graphics. So that kind of makes sense. So we need the front end, which is UI. We need the backend component. From the designer, we need to have the blueprint component and the graphics component, right? So that's what we need, I believe. Just double check here. UI, backend, blueprint, graphics. Okay, perfect. So we'll also have to go in here and go under feature and add a feature, call it landing page, and then we can upgrade to level 1, which we need the requirements here, one of each. Interesting. Level and efficiency. Upgrade efficiency to decrease required research CU. Reducing host cost. Okay, interesting. So let's research, guys. Let's research. See where these guys are at. Cool. Let's do 2x speed. Okay, 5 o'clock, people went home. Start time machine. Oh, it costs money to do time machine. Or is that per day, daily salary? Let's see so far. 5,000. Transactions. Yeah, I don't think time machine costs anything. Okay, cool. All right, folks, thanks for watching the first part of Startup Company, and we will see you again later.